This video is going to show you how to put your picture in black and white, crop it and rotate it, add a layer mask and insert it inside a Polaroid stock image, and add text. So the first thing we need to do is go to unsplash.com and download a Polaroid picture. So I have downloaded one that I like that looks like this. So we're going to download a Polaroid picture. So this is the one that I chose. It has a nice little shadow, a clean background, good size image from Unsplash. So try to find one that looks realistic. Then we're going to create a new Photoshop document. So we're going to go to File New or Create New when you're inside Photoshop. The one we want is default Photoshop size, 7 inches by 5 inches at 300 resolution. So we're just going to use the default Photoshop size. And the title for this is going to be your last name, underscore first initial underscore Polaroid. And we're going to click Create. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to place our Polaroid picture in. So we're going to go to File, Place Embedded. We're going to go find the picture we downloaded of our Polaroid, which is in my downloads. So there we go. When it places your picture, there's going to be a bounding box around your picture. You can rotate it or resize it. I kind of like it at an angle like this, but you can rotate it or resize it, but this looks pretty good. When you have it the way you want, you press Enter to apply the transformation. It will place it as a smart object. We will know it's a smart object because it will have these little squares over the thumbnail image. Okay? Now we're going to use the Quick Selection tool, which is underneath the object selection. So it's the Quick Selection tool, not the magic wand. So the Quick Selection tool, and I am going to click to drag to select everything in the square. So you can zoom in, Control plus, you can make your brush size bigger and smaller. So if you hit right bracket, it makes your brush size bigger, left bracket makes your brush size smaller. You want to get as close as you can to selecting everything on the edge of this picture. Once you have the inside of the Polaroid selected, you are going to go to your layers and then you're going to add a layer mask by clicking on the button on the bottom that says Add Layer Mask. It looks kind of like a camera, like a rectangle with a circle in it. Right? Now, you will notice that this masked out the black area, which includes the Polaroid, and it kept the image. So I want to invert this mask. In the properties above my layers, and if you don't see those, you can make sure your workspace is on Essentials. In the properties above my layers, if I scroll down, I will see the properties for this mask. So I can actually feather the mask a little bit, and I can actually invert it by clicking on the invert button in my properties. So the mask is selected, I have white corners around it, I have the properties window, and I click invert, and it will flip my mask. So invert will go back and forth, and if you look at the thumbnail, you can see that now there's a black square inside the picture covering up the picture, but everything else is open. All right, now we are going to go to File, Place Embedded, and we're going to place the picture that we are using. So I am using a picture that is a stock image, just as an example. So I'm going to place this profile stock image here. You'll use the picture you took from your shoot. So you go to File, Place Embedded. All right, now I may need to zoom out, Control minus, so I can see what I'm doing. But I'm going to put this picture underneath. So I'm going to drag this picture and put it underneath You'll see the blue line. So drag and drop it underneath this profile. So now I can see where it's cut out. And now I want to resize it. So I'm going to hit Control T. I'm going to resize it so that I am just cropping a small area that I want to focus on. I want to focus on the ear. So I'm just going to make it fit in here a little bit and then press Enter to apply my transformation. So you'll notice that there is an area that is not part of the mask because the image were different sizes. So the image that the Polaroid is on has a white background that stops here and here. So I want to mask out the same area. So I'm going to select the mask. Oh, first we're going to make our picture black and white. My picture is already black and white, but I would like for you to make your picture black and white. So you are going to right click and rasterize layer so that it is not a smart object anymore. And then you are going to go to menu bar up at the top where it says File, Edit, Image. You're going to go to Image, Adjustments. Make sure you're on the black and white or on your image, your profile image. And you're going to click black and white. So Image, Adjustments, black and white. All right, slide this where you can see, and we're going to adjust this black and white. The red and the yellow make the biggest difference. This picture is already black and white, so it's not going to make that much adjustment, but you're going to slide this so that you have the right amount of contrast. Keep it kind of in the middle. Don't go too extreme with the reds and the yellows, but a subtle black and white. All right, so your picture is going to be black and white. Now we are going to select the Polaroid layer. We're going to select the mask. So when you click on the mask thumbnail, you will see the white corners around the mask. We're going to hold down the Alt key next to the space bar and click and drag the mask onto the picture layer. So now you will see the mask has been added to the male profile, my picture layer. So I'm going to select that picture layer, select the mask, and I'm going to go down to my properties and click invert. And that will make sure that the mask is flipped. So now it's the same mask that covering up the top, but now it's leaving the Polaroid alone. So I can use that for my picture. So now we are done with this. We just need to add text. So I am going to click on the top layer, because when we add text, it'll put it on top of the layer that is the highest layer that is selected. So we are going to use the type tool, the horizontal type tool, and I am going to click once and let go, and I am going to type the word that I have chosen, and the word that I've chosen for this one is empathic because I'm focusing on the ear. And you're going to select the text, go up to the top and change the font to something that looks kind of like a typewriter. I have it on Century. Find something that looks typed, like typewriter old, and then you may want to resize it a little bit, and you may want to rotate it. If you want to rotate the text, you're going to click on the Move tool. You can move the text, line it up where you would like with the smart guides. You can hit Control T and you can rotate the text if you want to get it lined up perfectly with the angle of the Polaroid. Press Enter to apply your transformation. That's it. That's what we're doing. So once you're done with this, you can go to File, Save As, click Save on your computer, find your number drive, save it with your last name _ first initial _ Polaroid, save it as a Photoshop document, click OK, wait till it saves, and then you're going to go back and you're going to go to File, Export, Export As, and we are going to choose a JPEG with good quality. We don't need it to be great. Good quality is fine for this exercise, and we will hit Export. And then we will save it with the same title, make sure it goes into your correct folder where you would like it to save. So you have to again select your number drive, click save. You're going to add this onto your site and add both files to your Google Drive to turn in.